Hi everyone, so today I'm taking a look at the Spigen SGP Slim Armor case for the Nexus 5. Now, the idea behind most cases are to protect your smartphone, and this particular Slim Armor case has something quite special going on. It's basically a hard shell, but then with a softer inner rubber. Now what this allows you to do is, if you pop your smartphone, your Nexus 5, and by the way they make these for all brands of smartphones, so if you're interested in the Spigen Armor case generally, doesn't matter what device you've got, you'll probably find they produce one for it, but this is for the Nexus 5. And the whole idea is to give you some real sturdy armour, effectively, so that if you drop the device, then the case is going to take the brunt of the force. Simple as that. Now, the added inclusion of this kind of rubber on the bottom and the top, as well as the sort of overarching armour, as it were, from this polymer, means that if the device is dropped, you won't get any shock travelling through the case and directly into the device. And this commonly is what causes kind of cracks to appear in your screen. If it takes a real heavy knock on a corner, even though you've got a case on it, the shock of it hitting the concrete can travel through some cases and effectively crack the screen anyway. So by having some extra shock protection there from the materials that have been used in this case, you're giving yourself just a little bit more assurance that if you drop it, hopefully the worst won't happen. Now, an interesting thing that I really like with this case is how well manufactured it is. There's no rough edges anywhere, and even the lip around the front is nice and deep, this kind of bevel. Now that means that if you do drop it on its front, you've got just perfect protection from a faceplant there. Obviously, if there's something kind of underneath, as it were, poking up, then I'm afraid it's not going to provide a huge amount of protection. That's the kind of thing you want a screen protector for. But for this particular case, I found it to be just right. The weight is good, the in-the-hand feel is excellent. It doesn't add too much weight or bulk. The only downside I found is the buttons don't feel quite as solid as they could do. There's a lack of kind of tactile feedback when you actually press them. Even though they are working very well and quite easily, it doesn't quite feel like they are. And this is a common problem with a lot of cases, and not one that's particularly bad on the Slim Armor. Overall, I found this to be a really great case. It gives me all the protection I need from, you know, a case, but more importantly, it looks great and it feels good in the hand as well. What you don't want is a case that's too bulky and, you know, ends up really ruining the in-the-hand feel. You want something that feels like it's just snugly hugging your smartphone and just adding a small amount of extra size, as it were, width and height, but without impacting the overall feel of the device in your hand. And this does it perfectly. It feels like the Nexus 5 still, but with more protection. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Do please remember to like and comment, and if you'd like to, please subscribe. You can also visit our website and download our Android app. If you do subscribe, you'll be getting a daily dose of the latest tech news, hardware reviews, Android games, consoles, and basically an honest opinion direct from the UK. Stay tuned, stay Androidizen.